The St. Pius Lancers football program have gone 16-6 over the last two seasons. In those two seasons, they've posted 32.6 points per game on the offensive side of the ball and only given up 16.5 points per game defensively. They also welcomed a new head coach in 2019 in Dan Oliver. Oliver came from an Afton program where he was the head coach for over 2 decades and picked up right where former coach Jerry Woods left off at St. Pius. Oliver says he feels much more comfortable with 1 year under his belt at his new program.
I think it's given me a lot more, familiar circumstances to work under this year. And last year I didn't even know anybody's name when I came in, and so it was a wholly new experience for everybody, and I was very excited about the way it went, and the great group of seniors that we lost will be missed, but I think we have another good group coming. And then the juniors are just going to be fantastic.
The Lancers lost 40% of their touchdown output when seniors Carson Fisher, Riley Nager, and Josh Rubel graduated from St. Pius. However, they bring in a new crop of seniors that are hungry and ready to lead a talented Lancer program to that coveted 9th win and most wins in school history. St. Pius fell to Caruthersville in the Class II District 1 semifinal matchup last year, 40-29, but were leading with under a minute to play. Senior Xander Parsons says he used the agony of that defeat to fuel his motivation for this season and workouts in the offseason.
It did give us a lot of fire. 13 seconds is a really short amount of time, especially in a football game, and there's just numerous times where you can think, like, what if I would have made this play, what if I would have made this play, maybe the outcome would have been different. So I don't know, just different scenarios. Like, I tried to get more lifting in the summertime, and I play baseball and basketball too, so I'm still weight training and stuff like that all season long. So I guess just getting bigger and focusing on those things that I struggled with last year to help the team be better for this year.
Michael Bollinger is another Lancer senior and is in the process of moving from linebacker to defensive end while also being a force in the backfield at running back. He piled up 5 rushing touchdowns and averaged 5.7 yards per carry a season ago. Bollinger says as a senior he knows he has to step up and lead for them to be successful.
Let's try to stay up, keep everyone up and going, keep the energy up, and if anyone has any questions, just helping them out, just being that guy that if anyone needs questions, they can come to me.
One man who will be at the forefront of both lines this season will be senior Sean Meyer. Meyer has been the starting center for the last few seasons and will be taking on new duties at the nose tackle position on the D-line. One thing that is very apparent when watching St. Pius practice or play is their sense of family and camaraderie between each teammate. Meyer says having that family feeling between everyone makes adversity pretty simple to overcome.
The family aspect does make it easier to face bad times, but we refrain from insulting each other. We know how to handle constructive criticism, but we never insult anybody. We never make fun of anyone, especially on the field when we got to be serious. And it really just helps us keep that unity.
St. Pius will have to find new ways to produce offense with the graduation of Nager, Rubel, and Fisher, their top wideouts and starting QB in 2019. Coach Oliver implemented a fullback into the offense last season, and he thinks the run game will only be better in 2020. He also knows he's going to have to be creative offensively after averaging 30 points a contest last season.
I don't know if you can replace him, but hopefully we can find a way to, somebody's going to step up, somebody's going to get better. We're going to do some things differently. We're a little bit better probably in our running game than we were last year because it's the second year of doing it. We didn't even have a fullback in the program last year, and now we've got 2 or 3 that are probably going to be pretty good, I think. I don't know if we can replace them, but we'll be competitive.
So yes, the mighty Lancers have a few question marks offensively, but the talent is undeniable on this 2020 squad. Bollinger says everyone is focused and ready to kick the new season off in August, and explains just exactly what they've been doing.
Just practicing, working on the things that we're not as good at, and we watch game film and just getting sharper every day, just working out.
While the offense may still have to prove themselves in the first few games of the season, the defense for St. Pius has been the staple for the last couple of seasons, giving up just 18 points per game in 2018 and just under 15 points per game in 2019. Coach Oliver said when he first took the Lancer job, he didn't have to change a thing and is excited to see what junior Nate Rubel can do with 2 years now under his belt.
Well, they say, defense wins championships. So, I think we have an outstanding defense, and I think that the scheme that Coach Watson implements is going to be just, a great hand-in-hand thing with what we do offensively. But yeah, they're outstanding. I don't think after the first game until probably the 8th or 9th week of the season did we give up a touchdown to a varsity starting team.
Xander Parsons stands at 6'6" and starts as a defensive end for the Lancers. This season will only be his second year playing organized football. He was a goalkeeper for the Lancers his first 2 years of high school and says part of the reason he switched to football was the team chemistry they had.
Yeah, I feel like the family thing is a little cliche, but I feel like we really are like a family, There's not a lot of bickering that really goes on at practice or games. I feel like everybody's there for everybody. Everybody's got everybody's back. And I think that it's just one of those things. It's one of those unique things where we can actually say we are a family, because we are. And everybody's there. We got 11 guys on the field, and all those guys, we all got to do our part to help the team win. So I think that with us, family really is actually something that we are. We really are a family. And I think it showed last year how close we were having that pretty solid record. We just couldn't close it out at the end. But I think that last year we were a pretty big family. We lost some members, but I think that we gained some new good ones, and I think we're going to be just as good of a collective unit as we were last year. So
St. Pius has never won more than 8 games in a season. They haven't won a district title in over a decade, so the goals for 2020 are quite simple and very realistic. And Coach Oliver knows to reap the rewards in November, the work must be put in July and August.
We win that game, we set the school record for most wins in a season. And, that's something that these guys want, and I hope we can get there. But, we're not going to get there by sitting back and playing it out on paper. We're going to get there by getting out here and getting after it and working and getting in that weight room, that brand new beautiful weight room we got over there. And then, when we get that going, those are when you get your wins. You get credit for them in the fall, but you get them in the summertime when you're in that room working your rear end off.
St. Pius kicks off their 2020 campaign on August 28th versus Monroe City at home. For Regional Radio Sports, I'm Jacob Vincent.